Can I help you? Are you gonna help me record a video? What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my second Tuesday Talk video. Today I want to talk about how I got started on YouTube, because I know I've had a few people ask me in the past, like when I first got started, and then one of you commented on my last video about that would be like a good video to do. So I've wanted to do that for a little bit, so that's what this video is going to be about. However, I do want to start off by saying, because this just happened to me, if you're having a bad day, there's no reason to take it out on other people. Like if you're driving and you're frustrated, there's no need to flick off other people. I just had that happen to me. I was driving and like my exit was coming up. It said like a mile away. I was in the middle lane and I like turned my signal on, didn't like try to get over or anything, and there was a car like parallel to me and a bunch of cars behind it that were really close, so there was no way I was going to be able to get over. So I sped up a little bit to get over, and the car in front of me slowed down. So I slowed down and turned my blinker on. Once again, didn't start turning or anything. It's not like I cut anyone off. The red car next to me couldn't see me because he was like so kind of parallel, so he didn't see my turning signal. I didn't expect him to let me over. This white car behind him like flies up behind him, like giving him no room for me to get over. And she pulls up next to me and is screaming at me through her window. Obviously I can't hear her, and then she starts flicking me off, and she made me miss my exit, which I honestly don't really care about. But I was just like mind blown. And when she was yelling at me, like I looked over and saw her, like her face in the window yelling, and then she flicked me off, and I just started laughing. I have never had that happen to me before. I didn't know people could have that bad of road rage literally over nothing. Like I didn't cut her off. I never tried to get over. My turning signal was just on. So that's just a little bonus Tuesday talk. Yeah, if you're having a bad day or you're angry, just don't take it out on other people that have nothing to do with why you're mad or upset. So anyway, like I said, today's video is about how I got started on YouTube, and it really started last year at the Arnold. I had been watching Christian Guzman, Max Tuning, Emily Hayden, Sammy Bossert, and Amanda Bucci, and a bunch of other people on YouTube like consistently for probably like 6 months to a year before the Arnold. Like I always used to get on YouTube every once in a while, but I never really followed anyone on a day-to-day basis. And I started getting really into that. My boyfriend Chris got me into fitness. He got me into lifting. I had always been pretty fit, but he got me into lifting, and I ended up loving it. I loved the way it made me feel. I loved the way it made me look. I just loved everything around it. So I started watching YouTube videos just for simply like information, and then based off of the information, I really enjoyed following people's journeys, and not only their fitness journey, but also like who they were as a person, and just kind of getting to know them. And I started realizing what a big impact these people who I had never met were having on my life. And I thought that was awesome. I thought that having that free information out there, and as far as like life advice, fitness advice, just having something entertaining to do. I always did my cardio while watching something on YouTube. So that's what really got me intrigued with YouTube right from the start. I definitely just thought it was really, really cool how much free information there is out there, and also like support. I found that being subscribed to someone and like staying up with them, even if you never comment or necessarily like communicate with that person, you feel kind of connected to them, and there's this sense of like kind of like security. And also I know I personally gained quite a bit of confidence because I saw these people like pushing for what they wanted to do in life, and listening to their life stories and how they got to where they were today, and just all of that. I know I found a lot of confidence and security in that. I don't know if that's how it is for everyone, but that's how it was for me. And I just, overall, I thought it was really, really cool. And I started to get the itch and like the idea that that might be something I want to do. but I had never talked to a camera before. I didn't know how I would come off and if I would be comfortable enough doing that, or I don't know if it would come off genuine, or I just, you know, what people would think of me. There's a lot of things that go through your head starting something like this, and a lot of nerves. Most of the stuff that goes through your head are like what other people are gonna think of you, how you're gonna look recording yourself, walking around with a camera and a tripod. Was something I definitely knew I wanted to do for probably, I would say, at least 3 months before the Arnold. Like I really knew that I had a passion for fitness. I really wanted to do it. I already knew I was gonna be competing at some point, and I knew I wanted to document my journey. And I just had this thing in my head like, okay, well, you know, at some point in time, I'll start a YouTube channel. At some point in time, I'll start posting fitness related stuff on my Instagram. It's one of those things where like you talk about you're gonna do, but you never actually take that first step because it scares you. And it's like, it's comforting hearing yourself say, oh, I'll get to it at some point, but you never actually start. And that's exactly how I was. And so the Arnold rolls around. I went Thursday with Amanda, the girl I competed with, and did my whole like prep with. I went with her on Thursday to watch Arnold Amateur. She knew a few of the girls competing in it. I just was like super curious to go and watch it because I had never really seen a full bodybuilding show like in person. And so that was absolutely amazing. And then I ended up going, I think both Friday and Saturday. I saw Max Tuning. I saw all these people in line to see him. I saw Steve Cook, had met Steve Cook, and I thought he's someone I had been watching for a long time. I met Emily Hayden. I met Sammy Bossert, which then ended up leading me to getting the job I have now. And I just met all of these amazing people who I had been watching on YouTube on a consistent basis and felt like I knew them. Like I felt like I was really good friends with them because of how much I knew about them. And it was so crazy, one, to see them in person. Like I was so overwhelmed with emotion, and I literally cried when I met Emily Hayden. I didn't cry because I was so excited to see her necessarily. I was excited to see her, but it was more that I was surrounded by all these people who found what they loved in life and just went after it. And they not only went after it, they were successful at it, and they made this amazing life for themselves, and now they're at expos having people come up to them. And I thought that was so cool, and that was clearly something that I knew I wanted to do, but I was not pursuing it. And I have always been the person ever since I was younger, if I want something, I'm gonna go after it. I don't necessarily let people's opinions get in the way or like influence whatever I'm gonna do with my life. And this was the first thing that I realized I was letting what other people might think of me stop me from doing what I wanted to do. And it's not that I was jealous of the people there, but I was more mad at myself that I hadn't started what I wanted to do yet. I knew I had this passion for fitness, and I wanted to have my own channel so I could help influence other people and maybe help them take something out of my videos, whether it's entertainment, some fitness tip, or just like know that you are not the only one out there going through something. I think it was not even a week after the Arnold, my dad and I went to Best Buy, looked at cameras. I ended up getting my camera that I have now on my tripod, and I had that camera for probably a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. I had it for a little bit of time before I actually picked it up and tried talking to it for the first time, because it is weird, guys. I know growing up, everyone's like, oh, it's so weird hearing myself talk in like videos and stuff. Imagine just sitting like you all by yourself talking to literally a camera. It's very, very, very weird. So first time I did that, it was super weird. I didn't know what the heck to do. If you've seen my very first video, you know how like that was like me comfortable at the time, and I looked so awkward. I got used to that. I kept kind of doing that over and over again, and I took my camera to the gym with me, I think on a Saturday night. I knew the gym was gonna be super empty, but I wanted to try to record my very first workout. Chris wasn't with me, so it was just me and you guys. And I remember like my heart was beating so fast taking my camera out to set it up and record. And it's so silly thinking back. You think all these people are gonna be judging you and looking at you, and at the end of the day, they're focused on what they're doing. They don't care what you have going on, frankly. Yeah, I definitely got a few weird looks, and I still get some weird looks now. But normally people, even if they do give you a weird look, like they'll look at you and then they look away and start doing what they were doing before. So yeah, I'm kind of getting off topic. This is probably why I've hesitated recording this video, because there's so much I could talk about. So I recorded my first workout and I was super proud of myself. Like after the first exercise I recorded, I immediately already felt a little bit better. I felt so proud of myself that I took that step and overcame definitely a pretty big fear of mine. And going back to my last video about being yourself, that's really why I was so excited when I posted my first video, and also why I was so sad as the Arnold, because I wasn't being myself as Arnold. I had these dreams of like what I thought I could be good at, and I had these goals that I wanted to do, but I wasn't actually going after them. And I wasn't staying true to myself and being confident in myself and just doing what made me happy. I was letting the thoughts of what other people might think hold me back. Sorry, my cat is playing with our Christmas tree. At the end of the day, you have to do whatever makes you the most happy. So that is really my YouTube story, I guess, of like how I got started. If there are any of you guys who are trying to get started, either like you want to start your own YouTube channel, or you just want to start posting more on social media about like other interests you have that you wouldn't normally post about, like makeup tutorials, I don't know, anything. My biggest piece of advice, which I think is everyone's piece of advice who has done something like that, is really just to take the first step. That is hands down the scariest part. Uploading my first video was so freaking scary for me. Like I was so nervous. And after that first video, every single video I've just gotten more and more and more comfortable. But from the first video to the second, it was a huge difference. Excitement I got was so much more rewarding and meant so much more than the nerves that I had experienced. Like it was totally outweighed the nerves I had. It made me a lot more confident and more excited to post more videos and do more things and record more content for you guys than care about what other people think. So that would be my biggest piece of advice, is just get started and just always do what makes you happy. That is it for my, have you guys noticed I clap a lot? I don't know why. I used to cheer, maybe that's why. That is it for my second Tuesday talk. I hope you guys enjoyed it and you got something out of it, whether it was just like entertaining, like I said before, or if you were actually curious about how I did get started. I hope I answered your questions. And yeah, I just hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what other ideas you have for these Tuesday talks, and I will see you guys in the next one. I forgot, I do have one more little tidbit to add. There is a giveaway going on my channel as well as Sammy's. Hers is just Lean Machine 21, so definitely go check those out. If you win my giveaway, you get to pick out any item from the fall launch, which is November 12th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you would get your item probably before anyone else gets their stuff. So definitely go check those out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.